listen to this story. Our next guest was a self-published romantasy author who blew up so big on TikTok that it landed her a 5-book contract with Random House Canada.
Thank you. And here to talk about Heavenly Bodies, her first book in the series, and the romantasy genre craze, please welcome to the show, Imani Erriu.
Welcome. So, well, let's all talk a little bit first about romantasy, because back in 2024, they generated close to $610 million in sales as a genre, almost $200 million in sales from 2023. And this year, it's like romantasy is dominating the publishing world right now in growth and in sales as well. So, people seem to love it, but for people who don't even know what it is, can you describe what is romantasy?
Of course. It's definitely booming at the minute, and it's like it's not even a new genre, it's just really having its moment right now. So it takes the elements of romance and the elements of fantasy and then puts them together. So you have these amazing kind of fantastical worlds, but then you also have a really romance character-driven story.
It's a little bit sexy too. Let's
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
So you actually have millions of likes and views on TikTok, and your book has been tagged in thousands of fan posts. The one that we're showing right now, this has 1 million likes and over 100,000 saves. So talk about how social media, like this is something that would not have been accessible to so many aspiring authors, you know, even a decade ago. So talk about how social media, the role it played.
I honestly think I would not have a career if it hadn't been for the social media. One thing that was so unique, I was writing the book as I was posting and kind of marketing it. So like that video you saw then, I hadn't even finished the book. It was just a scene that I loved. And I was like, let me see the kind of traction it's going to gain. And then when it went viral, I was like, I need to finish this book. So it was amazing because I got almost like a ground level interaction with the readers, and then they followed the whole journey. So it's so amazing. Like I was at an event yesterday and there were readers who said they have been there from my first TikTok and now they can just see where it's gone. It was amazing.
They really feel a part of it.
Yeah, and it's so special to me as well. I feel like we've really come on this journey together and it's been documented almost. So it's been great.
So cool.
So lucky.
That is so cool. So you say your book is an enemies to lovers story. And so why do you think that readers are going to really enjoy the plot line?
So the thing about enemies to lovers is the tension it creates. I think that one thing that's so amazing is you see the characters' relationship together, obviously hating each other at the beginning, which is really entertaining in its own right. But then you also see this amazing growth towards the end, and also the kind of individual character arcs. And of course, it also helps that you can add in a lot of spice and tension. Like, I hate him, but his abs are so good, you know, like at the same time. So you've got that kind of push and pull.
We understand.
Which is very fun to write,
You've said that you've always been fascinated in astrology, and it can be found in your writing. It can be found in your outfit as well today.
I tried.
Can you talk a little bit about where this influence is in your book, in this book?
So I really wanted to create a world that I hadn't read about before. And I actually couldn't believe that no one had done this and that I'd never read it. So I love Greek mythology, any mythologies really, and the kind of pantheon of gods. And I thought, what if I created 12 gods, but rather than being inspired by anything else, they were inspired by the zodiac. So each god is inspired by the zodiac, but because they're the sort of baddies within the world, they're very cruel and meddling. So I actually just took the bad traits of each zodiac sign and then put them into that character. So it actually made my job really easy, but I was also like, I hope that no one's offended in this book. Because Aries gets a bad rap in this book, but I actually love this Aries sign in real life. So I was like, please don't hate me, any Aries in the crowd.
Well, you say that the young adult work of Stephanie Garber, who actually wrote Once Upon a Broken Heart, that series, that it helped to inspire you in your whimsical romantasy world. So if someone's listening going, okay, I kind of know what young adult is, so what are the differences between romantasy and then the young adult genre?
It's the spice. It's definitely, I think it's the more smutty aspect of it. I
Just
feel
say
like
it's sex.
Sex, yeah. I'm British, I'm trying to be polite. But no, I think that because you could technically class some YA as romantasy if it's got the blend of romantasy and of romance and fantasy. But for me, what I think, especially the boom it's having at the minute, people do want the sex. They want that push and pull, and they want it to get to the end, and the slow burn finally pay off. And it's like satisfying as you're kind of reading along and seeing this relationship blossom, and then you get that explosive end. Yeah, very explosive.
For a long time, it felt like, you know, anybody reading like spicy content, spicy books, like had a kind of stigma attached to it. Do you think that that still is there, or is it changing?
I think it's definitely changing, and I definitely have the amazing romantasy readers and romance readers too, not just romantasy, space to thank for it. And it's definitely more open and celebrated. Like now, people will like read their books happily on the train, you know, like in public kind of thing. But I do think that it's taken a while to get there. And even now, you do see people try to ridicule a book if it's labeled romantasy, but if it's like a fantasy maybe written by a man, for example, but it's got sex in it, it's not seen as that. And it's so difficult to actually balance writing fantasy and writing romance that it's not just like a silly romance story. There's so much depth to it. And romance in general, it's such a amazing genre. I've never found another genre reading that makes you feel something. So this, for me, is why I love writing in it. The readers connect so much more than if you were to pick up like a thriller, for example, or something, and you just get the most incredible fan base from it. So I think that romance is so important in books.
We love that. We love that. Okay, let's have some fun. So romantasy is known for its tropes or some of its themes. So we wanted to play a game with you where we're going to unpack some of those tropes. So we are going to say a common romantasy trope, and you're going to try to give us maybe one of your favorite examples of this trope in either a movie you've watched or maybe a book that you have read. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's start with the one that we were talking about before. So from enemies to lovers.
Okay, I think one of the best enemies to lovers I've seen recently was Kate and Anthony in Bridgerton season 2. I don't know if you've seen that. It was done so well. The tension and the fact that they hated each other at the beginning, it was just delicious.
For me, it's Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing!
That's a really good enemy to lovers.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that really is.
Pick that one too. Okay, next one. Let's talk about a meet cute.
Okay, I think the perfect meet cute would be Serendipity. You know, that rom-com from, I think it was like the 2000s, because that was the most meet cute thing to ever happen. Like the whole movie is literally about that. So I think that's the one I would go for. That's my favorite. Yeah,
that's a good one. Okay, there we go.
Okay, where are we going to? Where are we going?
Oh, finally, Stuck Together as a trope.
Okay, so Stuck Together, can I say my own book? Because in Heavenly Bodies, they are forced to train together. So they obviously hate each other, they're enemies, but they're forced to work together to try and bring down a god. So it's so much fun because although they hate each other, they have nowhere to go. So then they have to try and find a way through it. And yeah, I would say my book, if I could think of one.
Okay, love it.
Okay, we only have a few seconds left. We just want to know if you can give us a sneak peek into your next book, Fallen Stars.
Yes. Okay, so Fallen Stars, I love the cover so much. I find that we go to open seas. So there's pirates, there's mermaids. It becomes a real big fantasy adventure. And it's amazing because we get to open the world up too. So it's really good to get other love stories and romances, as well as the main character still. Amazing. I'm really excited.
I cannot wait. Wow. Listen, Imani, you've done the thing. A huge congratulations to you. When they say the young generation ain't doing stuff, yes, they are.
Oh, thank you
They are
so
doing
much.
big things. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Truly.
I appreciate it. And thank you for having me. I've had the best time here.
Thank you so much. Okay, studio audience, it's in the stars for you, I think, today. You're going home with a copy of Heavenly Bodies! So cool. Let's take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.